How to increase squeeze page conversions with simple design. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some simple tricks that you can use to increase your squeeze page conversions using simple design to allow you to capture more names and more email addresses and even more phone numbers so you can close more deals. My name is Russell De La Pena, and I'm a direct response copywriter and a digital marketing consultant to 6 to 8 figure entrepreneurs around the entire world. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you some insights that I've learned over the years, in the past 11 years, in fact, on how to increase squeeze page conversions so that I and also my clients can capture more names, more emails, and phone numbers, and ultimately be able to serve more people through our websites and our squeeze pages, our sales funnels. So dive in with me now in this video, and we'll go through those simple design steps. Also, wait till the very end of the video because I'll be sharing with you some bonus tips will help you to get even more conversions. So make sure to wait and stay with me all the way until the very end. Let's dive into my computer now and take a look at some of those simple design hacks that you can use right now, even if you're not techie and even if you've never done this before. Okay, so for this project that we're going to do together, you're going to need a couple of tools. I'm using ClickFunnels, which is probably the most notable sales funnel editor that's been around for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. It's been around for a long time. I've been with them probably close to that amount of time, gotten to know and work with some of their family. And so a wonderful company, and has proven to be the go-to sales funnel editor. And what we're going to do here is we're going to just do a simple collect emails sales funnel. And I'm going to show you, they're going to give me right off the bat a template to use. The first thing that we want to do is remove a ton of what's already there in these templates. While the templates look nice, they typically do not convert as well when they're just left with all kinds of information on the squeeze page. And that's simply because you've given too much information for people to prejudge what it is they're going to see on the next page. You know, they say that curiosity killed the cat. Well, if you don't leave any curiosity, the cat's not going to want to go investigate something in the first place. So let me dive in here and show you what I'm talking about. We're going to click on collect emails, and we'll just say test. And for simplicity's sake, I'm going to kind of avoid some of the things that we normally would add in, just so that way this goes a little bit faster. All right, now I'm going to just scroll on down here. I'm going to start from scratch. So we're going to now find a template that we can use. I like this one, and you can preview these if you want to, but I've seen this one before. So I'm going to select this one. And now that we're inside, we're going to take a look at this. And let me just say that this template actually starts off really, really good because it has most of what we need already what's called above the fold, meaning I don't have to scroll down. You see my scroll bar here. I don't have to scroll down to see kind of the hook and what's going to be available here, right? So this is going to give me the headline, but I'm going to make a few tweaks here that I would do. Great picture, very professional. But of course, if this is for you, you want to put your picture there, or I'm going to show you how you would put no picture there and you would test at the same time. So for this training, what we're going to do is we're going to actually have a A/B split test. Contrary to a traditional website, you've got one shot, right? Someone shows up at the website and there's one landing page, and they either are going to like it or they're not. And it's hard to know if your landing page is properly designed, if it's made simple or not. And so without being able to A/B split test, you wouldn't know that. So I'm going to show you the importance of that and why that dramatically makes a massive difference when you're designing a squeeze page. I have taken squeeze pages from 17% to 60% simply because I was able to A/B split test. I was able to send 50% of the traffic to one version of my squeeze page and 50% of the traffic to another version at the same time. So one person would go to see one, the other person would see the other. And what would happen is, depending on how they interacted with it, it was going to tell me, oh, this version was converting better. This one people really liked a lot better. So right off the bat, we've got a logo up here. You know, I don't know if I would have a logo just yet because this above the fold area is valuable real estate. And every square inch of this I want to use to my advantage to be able to get a person who does not know, like, and trust me yet to see the value they're going to get if they interact with my sales. And so I want to use every square inch of this as much as I possibly can. I'll show you in this version, and then in the next version, I'll give you kind of that idea. So for right now, I'm going to delete this. I would probably have this maybe down at the bottom in the footer. And that way I've got the headline up here, and we're going to just leave the headline here for now because we're going to talk about design more than we are going to be copywriting. In other videos that I do, and make sure to subscribe to this channel, I do talk about copy and how to make direct response copy work for you and get cold traffic to want to interact with you, even though they don't yet know, like, and trust you. So from here, we've got the headline, and I would just say this would be, I would turn this into maybe a sub headline and maybe bring this up just a little bit. And I'm just going to pretend that this is sales copy that's going to go here. And so now I've got a headline and a sub headline. Okay. What I want to do next, ideally, is have some kind of a button here so that someone can take action right there on the spot. And so a good color for that would be orange. And you might even want to do the full length, or you might want to do a cool little effect such as a bounce, or you could even do a pulse. So the color is just kind of the white around the button is kind of saying, hey, come click me, right? The same thing with the bouncing on that. It's to tell people that you've got, since you've just got a few seconds, you've got to get them to take some kind of an action. So this hook, this headline up here has to be something, how to do something that they want to do. In this case, it's dressed like Clooney on a Carrot Top budget. I just now read that. It's kind of funny. And then there would be some kind of a story down here below, which would be the sub headline that would amplify what this just said, right? And it would be more like discover how to do something, or download our one-page cheat sheet. It's another tip that I would highly recommend that you follow. And that is, whatever it is that you're going to give somebody who's never engaged with you before, ever, would be that you give them something simple, ideally one page, checklist, a cheat sheet, something that they can consume on one page, not a 500-page report. Nobody wants to read your 500-page report. So something that they can consume and get a result from, and then want more from you. Okay, so that's what you could offer here. Then down here below, all this is great, but I found that when you've got all this information here, it's giving me reasons to get out of here or prejudge you. And so a mistake I see with these designs is they're very attractive, and the people that are selling them to you, I've actually had a conversation with someone who once said, my clients want these beautifully designed squeeze pages. And so that's what I do for them. And I charge them a lot of money for it, but they just don't work. They don't convert well. But by that time, the client's already gone, and it's too late for them to get their money back or do any kind of adjustment. So what I would do here is I would literally just delete all of this, and just delete, and I'm left with just a few more pieces. So you'll notice this is just all disappearing. Again, very nice. Actually, we'll leave this because this is the footer. So now all we've got is just this, right? And guess what? In the A/B split test, we're going to even have less. And it's because I've seen that, if you've got an ad going, let's say in Facebook or Google, somebody's read just enough to get to this page. And at this point, this page's only goal is to get them to the next page, which would be your sales page. But at that point, you've captured some information. So obviously, in order to do that, you've got to have a squeeze page form. And we're just going to add one really quick. Add that. If you'll notice that the design is, again, keeping it simple. This one, I would ask for their first name only, and I would just change this to your first name goes here. I'd make it required because my emails, after they opt into this, are all going to reference their first name. I'm going to talk to them kind of on a first name basis and want to warm them up to me. Okay. And then I'm going to put this one up a little bit higher, and we'll just say 5. And then we're going to make this orange again because I like the orange. It seems that those convert much better. And then we can even, what we're trying to do is take the guesswork out of here. So all I'm going to do is just really kind of keep it simple, right? Simple design that's saying, hey, you see a little icon of a person, that's your first name. And then here it's going to be email. And we're going to say icon is going to be email. And there you go, right? And so we're going to say, get your one-page lead magnet. Obviously, there would be a name for it, right? Lead magnet now, and then it would be simply enter your name and email address below. And then here you could just say, you could say submit, or you could say, yes, I want this now. And now I'm going to set this to submit, and it's that simple. So you've got the simple squeeze page design here, and that's it. That's all we're going to have on this. You might have a picture here, ideally not of yourself, but of whatever the squeeze page is offering. So the lead magnet, in this case, a one-page cheat sheet or checklist, that would go here, right? That's what you would add here. But what I like to do is I like to use Canva and then darken that. So let me give you an example of what that might look like, to where it's kind of hidden. So if you see here, you can tell there's something there, and you can see that there's something valuable there in this checklist or cheat sheet. It's actually a roadmap, but you can't tell what it is. And so that curiosity, right? So this is showing you that there's something valuable, but you've got to give me your name and email, which they're going to do here. And once they do, then on the other side is where you would normally want to have some kind of a sales presentation and let them know that the lead magnet that they're going to get is going to be coming in the next 5-10 minutes. But until then, make sure to turn up your volume and listen into this presentation. That's where a video sales letter would be, or a sales letter would be. They would then make an offer, because at that point is when you have the time to actually make your sales presentation. So with that, let's go look at another example as we now dive into the A/B split test. All right, so right here, we've got the original version of the split test here, but what's cool about ClickFunnels that you can't typically do with a traditional website that does not have this is create a variation of it. So I'm going to create and do a duplicate variation of this. And so now I've got these two versions. And so these are going to compete against each other for me, which is really, really awesome. So I've got really two chances to make one impression, right? I've got two versions that I'm going to make, so that way I can split test. And I'm going to start the split test already because I've got no traffic going to it. I'm just going to apply the changes, but then I'm going to go and I'm going to edit this version here. This is the B of the AB version. And all I'm going to do to make this work is I'm going to get rid of this. And in this case, all I'm going to do is have the headline. Let me create a column for that. I'm going to drag the column down there, and we're just going to add or build the headline. And you're going to notice that we're just stripping it down even more. So if you've been used to seeing these massive squeeze pages that are long and they've got all this great information, that's cool. But I found in my personal experience, and maybe it'll be different for you, but this is it. So if you can see, like when I do this, it's a headline, and then there'd be a sub headline down here, and then a button. And that's it. So I would split test these, and I would see, do people prefer to see some kind of a lead magnet that's darkened, or something that indicates there's something of value on the next page? And if all I do is just give you my name and email address, I'll get that value. Or do they prefer just to have really curiosity-based squeeze pages where, as you can see, there's not a ton of things to scroll through. There's no decisions to make. I'm not having to really analyze, should I do this? Is this a scam? All that kind of stuff, right? All I have to do is go headline, sub headline, button, and that's it. Now, for the bonus tip that I want to give you is being sure that in your pop-up here that you have an exit pop. So you're going to go down to edit settings, and then it says here automatically, says don't show on exit. I like to have it show on exit. And you could even go large. And the reason for that is just to make it super blatant that this is what I want you to do. I want you to, wait, don't go anywhere. Make sure that you fill this in and give me your email address so you don't leave empty-handed. You can even blacken this out, the backdrop here, so that way the focus is just that pop-up. So if you go here, you can see the focus now is just this pop-up. And so hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to comment. Let me know what kind of questions you have or struggles you have with your squeeze pages. If you've got specific scenarios, let me know. I'm happy to answer that. If you've got any other ideas for videos that you want to get help on when it comes to each step of the funnel, by all means, comment below this video. Make sure, of course, to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know what it is that you need help with. And I'll be glad to record videos like this to help you. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.